Yes, Mr. Trumptastic. Yeah, I'm about to hit y'all over the head with another banger. Turn up, Patriots. Yeah, y'all gonna love this one. Yeah. Mr. Trumptastic. Yeah. Tony Bobolinsky. Yeah, Tony Bobolinsky. Yeah, Tony Bobolinsky had me running up them numbers. We all seen the laptop. We all know it's hunters. We all seen the laptop. We all seen the laptop. Tony Bobolinsky. Yeah, Tony Bobolinsky. Yeah, Tony Bobolinsky had me running up the numbers. We all seen the laptop. We all know it's hunters. We all seen the laptop. We all seen the laptop. Mr. Trumptastic, I'm stepping out the Hummer. Took a trip and fall, now I'm hopping like the springtime. Magaville made me spinning wheels like Ezekiel. Magaville had me starring in my videos. Had to blow the whistle, earn your stripes like a referee. Mar-a-Lago red, now I'm cooking up a recipe. Deep state Nazi ghost drop, try to heckle me. Chakrin in the water, phantom down with a huckleberry. 4 weeks to live, that's the whole month of February. Heart attack city, had you screaming like Mariah Carey. Willy Wonka flow, same color as the snozberries. Had to bring the bars, now I'm shutting down the factory. Mr. Trumptastic, I'm dripping like the majesty. Desecrate your morals, minimize your principalities. Woo, I'm sweet the nation and it caused a few casualties. Dripping in the White House and I had to close the curtain. Tony Bobolinsky, yeah, Tony Bobolinsky. Yo, Tony Bobolinsky had me running up the numbers. We all seen the laptop, we all know it's Hunter. We all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop. Tony Bobolinsky, yeah, Tony Bobolinsky. Yo, Tony Bobolinsky had me running up the numbers. We all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop. We all seen the laptop, we all know it's Hunters. January 6th and I feel like Steve Bannon. Wartime ready and I'm shooting out the cannon. Magic carpet ride had me floating like Aladdin. Ukraine deal, shell companies, Barisma. Mr. Trumptastic, I'm dripping with charisma. Red October, but it feels like a Christmas gift. Big head eagle and I clone them out with Adam Schiff. Mr. Trumptastic, I'm shutting down the parking lot. Dancing on the roof, moon walking on the raindrop. Billie Jean jacket had me feeling like the king of pop. Mount me like a statue, Papa raised a Rolling Stone. Tony Bobolinsky, and I did it on my megaphone. Red October, same color as the candy corn. Had to circle back, hit him with the gin sake. One eye open, sold it sold to Illuminati. I can handle bars, popping wheelies on a Kawasaki. Tony Bobolinsky, yeah, Tony Bobolinsky, yeah. Tony Bobolinsky had me running up the numbers. We all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop. We all know it's Hunters. Tony Bobolinsky, yeah, Tony Bobolinsky, yeah, Tony Bobolinsky had me running up the numbers. We all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop, we all seen the laptop. We all know it's Hunters. Yo, yes, Mr. Trumptastic.
Yes. Another episode, and we will be segueing into a debate on Facebook, allegedly. So let's get into it, y'all. Let me do a sound check before we take flight. Let me do a sound check right quick. Hold on, y'all. Yep, let me get out of here. How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, yeah, we straight on the sound. All right, let's get into it. Yeah. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Inmate Antoine Massey escapes from New Orleans prison. Seeks help from celebs and Trump on Instagram. Now the thing is, since Trump letting everybody out, well, he's letting the rappers out because he's trying to secure that vote with the young YNs. YNs means young niggas for y'all old people that ain't hip. These are the YNs right here on the right. You know what I'm saying? But Trump, he in tune with the YNs. You know what I'm saying? He ain't old and decrepit like Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, NBA YoungBoy, he granted him clemency, so he's out. But the thing is, They trying to send him back to jail, man. Let's pull this up, man. They're trying to put him back in jail. Here, go right here. Let me add this to the stage. Yeah, they're trying to. I guess I don't know who Trevor Lee is. I guess he's like a rep. Okay, it's a Utah State representative. Jeez, it's a Utah State representative. As you can see, he don't like rappers at all. This the top rapper right now, NBA YoungBoy, allegedly. You know, he just got out of prison, but Trump came and cleaned his whole case up, his whole federal case. But the thing is, it's the same thing that's going on with Larry Hoover. So Trump, he provided clemency to Larry Hoover, but the state still got 100 years holding over his head. So the state, man, the state is man, they dirty, man. But like I said, the state and the feds, man, they two different entities. So um, I guess they trying to get his ass again. They gonna try. He need to get out of Utah. Uh, he's in that what is it called, Grave Digger Mountain, something like that. But he got a whole damn plantation out there. You know, you think them white dudes like that shit? Hell no. You think these white dudes that control the industry and all these governmental agencies, you think they like rappers? Hell no. Because they know people could get rich off this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? We could get if we do it right, we could get rich. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's this dude right here. He don't like NBA YoungBoy. He probably don't like blacks either. You know what I'm saying? Does NBA YoungBoy need to be in jail? No, he don't need to be in jail, but he committed a crime. Allegedly, he did his time, but the state, they don't ever want to let your ass go. The state is like a big ass plantation. So it's always been the state against the Fed. And he said, as a state, we should still go after him. Like, how? What you mean? You should still go after him after they deleted all his federal records? What you mean? As a state, there's some creepy shit right here. What you mean? Are you gonna plant something on him? You know what I'm saying? You know, he actually could get hit for this. And allegedly he deleted the post. He actually could get sued for this. I believe it's like intimidation type shit. So yeah, them white boys in Utah, they ain't trying to play around with your boy NBA YoungBoy. And since NBA YoungBoy got clemency from Trump, all the other YNs want clemency too. Now they want to be Trump supporters, man. You know what I'm saying? We all know it's some fake shit going on because you know a lot of blacks, you know what I'm saying, they was on that other side. Now they coming over here, you know what I'm saying, because they know Trump is about that life. You know what I'm saying? Trump always loved rappers. He always loved the rap community. He loves rap music. So that's the thing, man. People, I know a lot of people don't like that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Trump is like a young nigga in an old white man's body. All right. And that's the thing with Trump. He keep his mind young. That's why he look good. You know what I'm saying? He look good for his age. He keep his mind young. He don't want to be old and decrepit and all stuck up like most of these Republicans and shit. And a lot of people don't like that he ain't always turned over like they expected him to be. See, Trump, he's both. He's like he got a little liberal in him, but he got mostly Republican. You know what I'm saying? He's mostly conservative, but he still got a little liberalism in him. But the thing is, you gotta have both. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be one entity and expect to have respect throughout all the nation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be one-sided. And a lot of Trump supporters hopped off the bandwagon because Trump ain't one-sided. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's securing a vote with the young YNs. You know what I'm saying? That's a smart move. You bond out, you pardon a few rappers, and then you go have that vote forever. Trust me. Them young YNs, they ain't gonna forget those pardons. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats, they usually try to keep your ass in jail like a damn slave. You know what I'm saying? The Democrat, they the slavery, the party of the slavery. So that's the state, that's the deep state. Democrats, deep state. But over time they got a hold of the feds, so they was working through the feds and the state. Deep state means state. All right. The thing is, you got all these governors and these representatives, man, they done sold out. And Trevor Lee sounds like he's one of them. All right. Even though NBA young boy, he committed a crime. He did his time. He's supposed to be on probation, but you already know young boy ain't walking down no damn probation. I think Trump knew that too. Like, he's just about to be a revolving door back and forth in the prison, and I don't think that's really good for him. But he out here doing this thing. Shouts out to young boy. Look, young boy taken into custody in Utah on various drug charges and fraud charges. So, and it is what it is. Once you get into that, into that arena, you know, you get caught up in that drug life, that thug life. But Trump gave him a second chance, and like I said, a lot of people ain't mad. A lot of people's mad at that, because Trump be favoring the blacks sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people just weird. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just weird because Trump do certain stuff. So this is Antoine Massey. He's one of the 11 inmates who escaped from a New Orleans prison. He is now on Instagram pleading with celebrities like Meek Mill. Why would you go towards Meek Mill? He's a Diddy boy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know that, man, you need to stay your ass in prison. Man, he going back to prison. Obviously, he got some damn papers that says he got let out of jail, but this don't make no sense, or does it? Maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. But the thing is, we don't know if he left with them other 10. If he just walked out with them other 10, something ain't right. I mean, he got the paperwork. Let's play the because he got the paperwork, but is it legit or not? And if he got the paperwork, why why did he escape with these 11 inmates? So he's one of the 11 inmates who escaped from New Orleans, but now he got papers saying he got released. This don't make sense. And he crying out for Trump on his fucking knees, when this dude could have possibly been an avid Trump hater. You know what I'm saying? It be people that be Trump haters, then a few years down the line, they begging for a pardon. P. Diddy's one of them. I believe 50 Cent is trying to intervene in that alleged pardon, because Trump allegedly he might pardon P. Diddy, especially if he ain't did nothing wrong when it comes to the case that they trying to pin him with. So, and that's just court. That's just court right there. Like, the thing is, okay, P. Diddy, they charging him. I think they overcharging P. Diddy. Even though he a sick individual, man, that shit gotta be done right through the courts. It can't be nothing sloppy. So the stuff they charging him for, it seems like everybody was willing participants in some form or fashion. Like, they kept on coming back to him, doing nasty shit, freak offs, all this other crap. But like I said before, P. Diddy, he deal with gay men. He don't really deal with women for real like that. The only woman he was dealing with was Cassie, probably other women too, but she got turned out and became like a damn prostitute basically. But it seemed like she was loving the crew. You know what I'm saying? She was loving it the whole time. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Some women feel like they forced into doing stuff they don't want to do, but she had plenty of times to, you know, go the other way, shall I say. But she waited until she got that bag. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sometimes the Pied Piper just goes that way, you know. But let's check this dude out because this don't make no sense. If he's one of the 11 inmates who escaped, why is he pleading with celebrities and shit? Especially motherfuckers like Meek Mill. That's the wrong motherfucker. But allegedly, Meek Mill was like he had like program because he went to jail. And I think he set up some program, some prison reform program. I think he set that up with the Democrats because I know it wasn't Trump. So let's get into the video, y'all. Sorry for the intro. You know, when y'all do tune in, I usually play a song or two. While I'm doing that, I'm sharing the live videos. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't pussyfooting around. I know some people don't like the music, but it is what it is. It's my music, so let's get into the video, family.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC.
He said he was let out. But this ain't no formal way to go out. This ain't no formal way to go out, man. So how is he being let out? And he's supposed to be one of the 11 inmates. And I think they caught. How many inmates did they catch from that prison break? I think they done caught. I think they caught about 8 of them. We go check that out too. Let's get into this video.
What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish jail. All type of stuff going on and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that needs to go under a federal investigation.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of prisons need to be under a federal investigation. Yes, he's right about that. You know, two things could be, you know what I'm saying? It can be right and wrong at the same. Two things can be right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of them. Prison is prison is just like the streets. You just confined. You can't go nowhere. But it ain't no different than the streets. You know what I'm saying? You got dirty cops out on the street, and then you got dirty cops in prison. So they do all kind of shit. So let's continue.
Going on, how they having cases, why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the wrong woman, not a child, the wrong woman stated that he never raped her, he never beat her, he was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this, I didn't do this. Look at it's legally dated. So I'm asking.
So what was they trying to do? Keep his ass in prison longer than what they should have? Have you ever heard of them doing that too? I have. I have. I've heard all kind of stories. Trust me. So if he's claiming that the case is dead, you know, why hasn't he been released? And why is he escaping with the other inmates when he could have just got some legal help with this and he could have been out, but he don't walked out with the rest of the crew. He done walked out with the rest of the crew, family.
Please for help. Young boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? Donald Trump might look at his case. To be honest with you, Donald Trump might look at that case.
Get back in custody, I'm asking y'all.
Because that's the only one getting them out. It ain't going to be no fucking Meek Mill. I'll tell you that much. It ain't going to be no Meek Mill. Who else he say? Did he say Diddy? Them two definitely ain't getting your ass out of jail.
To come help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. So I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that.
So he got accused of grape. He got accused of grape. Allegedly, he has the paperwork providing his innocence. Now, if it's true, he needs to be let out. But he's going back to prison anyway because he escaped. Doesn't matter. He already escaped. That's if you escape from federal prison. How much time is that? Let me look this up. I gotta look this up. How much time? Oops. Let me type this in. Let me type this in. How much time he got holding over his head anyway? He's dumb. A person can be fined and sentenced up to 5 years in prison from escaping custody. If the person was in custody because of felony charges, the penalty can be more severe. Up to 5 years, man. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Maybe that 5 years was shorter than the rest of his sentence that he got on the table. So he gonna take the 5 and get the rape charge dropped. That's what he's thinking because he might have had 20 on the shelf for that grape. He might have had 20 on the shelf. So he getting out, expressing his testimony, but he actually did it the wrong way. But due to his back against the wall, he don't give a fuck. He don't care. He's a crash out. He does not care. He said, "Screw that rape charge. He said he got 20 hanging over the head. Here, let me take this 5 from escaping, and I'll be out in 3." That's how. That's how his mind works. He in prison, man. That's how his mind works. He's feeble-minded, man. It's sad, bro. Sad, man. Let's get into the video.
None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that.
And he already got the damn tattoos on his face, too. He already got the damn tattoos on his face. So when he get out of jail and get out of prison, it's definitely going to be hard for him to get a job. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be hard as hell. Well, if he's a good worker, he might get hired somewhere. But at a prestigious company, no. He going to have to get them tattoos removed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shouts out to the people who got tattoos, but we all know if you got tattoos on your face, you're not working. That's a sign that you don't have a job. Because a lot of people who got tattoos, man, they either tattoo artists, drug dealers. They got tattoos on their face. They tattoo artists, drug dealers. That's just a stereotypical look from these people that are marked up like the subway in Harlem. Let's get into it.
Going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route.
And I guess he's trying to repent. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to repent. So, and I do believe most of these people in jail, man, they don't want to be in there. They just made a mistake, But I don't think grape is not a mistake. Right? Grape is not that is serious, man. That is serious. You know what? A lot of women, they accuse men of rape. But like I always said, do not put yourself in that position at all, or your ass is cooked. Your ass is cooked for life, and you're going on that damn list. You're going on that pedo man list, and I don't think a lot of people are ready for that. But yeah, that's Antoine Massey. He posted this on Instagram. And now let's pull up the 11 inmates. How many inmates have they caught? In New Orleans. How many people have they caught? I think they caught one. They caught 8, and 2 is missing. So, man, is he the 11th one? Why don't they have him on the? You know what I'm saying? That's weird. That's weird. So this is on May 27, 2025. Breaking: 3 inmates who escaped a New Orleans jail on May 16th. Linton, what is that? Linton Van Buren, Leo Tate, and Jermaine Donald have been recaptured in different. Damn, they took off in different states. Louisiana State Police report 2 escapees remain at large. The breakout exploited a faulty a faulty cell door and a hole behind the toilet, highlighting jail security flaws. Damn, man, all these young black men in jail, fam. I think they said it's like 1 out of every 5 black men is in jail. That's a whole damn population. That's a whole damn city. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And the thing is, a lot of black women, they gonna have to marry white men, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, because shit, black women outnumber black men like 4 to 1. But if 1 out of every 5 black men isn't, let's pull up these stats. Let's pull up these stats. I want to see these stats. Let's pull up these stats. I want to see something. Damn, you see, I was right. I was right. It says 1 in 5 black men born in 2001 is likely to experience imprisonment within their lifetime, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. 1,800 black men per 100,000 were held in state federal prisons in the U.S. during 2021. Damn. After being sentenced, a 2003 report concluded that about 1 in 3 black men in the U.S. would go to prison at some point in their time in life. And I'm one of them. I was in prison for a little petty ass drug charge when I was like 20 years old. I'm 39 now. About 20 years ago, they right about this. Why? Because of NBA YoungBoy, rap music, drug culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. And like I said, once you get in the penal system, man, your whole life is altered. You can't get a job for about 4 or 5 years. You go have these felonies hanging over your head. You cannot get back into society. You're going to have to start a business. You're going to have to be creative and shit. But the thing is, it's hard because you in this damn mindset of being a damn prisoner, or a prisoner is a slave, a prisoner of war, POW. That is a slave. And where is slavery located? In the prisons. You got people still picking cotton, bell peppers, onions, potatoes, 5 cents an hour. 5 cents an hour, y'all. In there making license plates and all that shit. So, man, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 3, that's not very good. But the thing is, I looked up the statistics on the black population, and I wanted to see if it was decreasing, even with all the mass incarcerations of black men. guess what? Negroes are still producing babies. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like niggas don't die; they just multiply. Even when they go to jail, it's somehow they still procreating. So jail can't even stop the blacks from reproducing. I don't know what can. They say the jail don't stop blacks from reproducing. That hokey poke, that cowhead 19 didn't stop. So I don't know. They said niggas multiply. They said niggas don't die, they multiply. And I guess it's a true statement. I guess it's a true because allegedly, obviously, they beating all the statistics. They still, and that's what they always wanted to do with black people anyway, sterilize them, uh, dehumanize them and stuff. But if you already doing that to yourself, it's pretty much a wrap because it's hard to get back into society and go to straight and narrow when all you know is street life and crime. It's damn near impossible. It really is. You gotta have a strong mind to do good. If you've been indulged in that street life, you gotta have the mind of God, basically, to get out this rut. But a lot of people have gotten out and changed their lives and shit. But when that economic pressure hit, guess what? People phase back into drug dealing, scamming. A lot of black folks, they go on to jail for PPP loans too. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of blackies are going to jail for PPP loan. So these are the people that they captured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 of them. Why he say 11? Why ain't my damn mouse working? Shit. All right, my damn battery fell out my damn wireless mouse. Let's see if it. Yeah, right. Come on, man. Why would my damn mouse just stop right in the middle of a damn live? That's stupid. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm saying? Why would my damn mouse stop in the middle of a live feed? I'm gonna be pissed if this shit don't work. I'm gonna have to go find another battery, shut this motherfucker off, and all that, man. I swear. It's always something. Oh, this shit's dead, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Golly. Mouse is dead. Boy, boy, boy. I don't know what else to do, y'all. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. My mouse would die. Let me hook this other mouse. Let me hook this other mouse up. The one that actually goes to the damn computer, because this one's fried. This one's fried. Hold on, bear with me, guys. Damn. This shit's unbelievable. They don't want me to shine for real. Whatever it is. Let's unplug this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This up. This in. Hold on, y'all. Almost got it plugged in. I think we straight. Yeah, I think we good now. My bad about that. I didn't know. I didn't know the technology was gonna do me like this. Yep, the mouse work now. Boom. All right, we good now. Let me put my headphones back. Where are my headphones at? Ah, sheesh. It's a long day, y'all. Long day. Yeah, so these are the blackies that have been captured. And Antoine Massey, he about to get his issue. He about to get his it. Now the thing is, if he was truly innocent, I'm pretty sure he could have. Well, shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you in jail, you got some shit that's gonna let you, keep you free. They gonna try to keep you in there long. They gonna make it hard for you to get out. they go make it damn near impossible. Even if you got the damn information to you know, to free your life, they still gonna make it damn near impossible to do it. So 3 more fugitives. When was this? This was 9:30. I don't know why they say he's the 11th one. 3 more fugitives caught after 10 days on the run. One found hiding under a car. I mean, he didn't have no escape plan at all. He got found under a car. Now, the thing is, if I were to escape from prison, the first thing I'm going to is my ex-girlfriend or whatever. The last woman I was messing with, I would be going to her house. You know what I'm saying? That's I would be at least knocking on the door. But some people ain't got nowhere to hide. Some people done burnt their bridges. They can't go nowhere. And the thing is, if you get caught, if you get caught over somebody's house, shit, that's called harboring a fugitive. So a lot of women, they ain't gonna want your ass there anyway. Because they already know who you've been talking to. The thing is, they know who you've been talking to. They know your contacts, and most likely they gonna be at their contact's house. They go pull up all those phone records. They gonna pull up all that. So it's damn near impossible to escape a prison. I don't know where Antoine Massey is, and I don't know where Derek Groves is, but if the right police officer catch their ass, they better just put their hands up because they can shoot to kill. To be honest, once you an inmate, you're not seen as human no more. That's why they want your black ass in prison. It's already bad enough. These white folks don't look at black people as fully human anyway. So when you underneath the state, yeah, you under a shoot to kill. You know what I'm saying? You under a shoot to kill. Wow. Escape plan. Rip out the toilet, crawl through the wall, and run. A maintenance worker who helped is now in jail too. Damn. So the maintenance worker helped. And he in jail. 2 inmates still at large. Jail security under fire. This motherfucker said he knows somebody that had Groves. Tagged him in the damn post. Wow. Yeah, just go to their house. Just go to their house. That's crazy. Tagged them in the damn post too. That's wild. Let me pull something out because we got some other news too. Because a lot of black people, a lot of black folks is going to jail. It's going to be 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3 type deal here because you got the PPP loan. You got food stamp fraud. You already know who's doing all this shit. Let's not be stupid. You might have a few whiteys in there committing crimes, but most of these scams, man, these hood scams is ran by Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Most of this well, drug dealing is really black culture, but white people they like the powder. They like the powder cocaine, the fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? But blacks is smoking crack and rolling the fentanyl up in the weed. So they in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? They in the same damn boat. Crabs in a barrel, y'all. Crabs in a barrel. Let me see. One dramatic body cam of New Orleans parish escapees. I'm not coming out so you could kill me. Yeah, because the thing is, they can shoot to kill. They can say, "Oh man, he had a gun." Oh man, all the cop gonna say is, "I felt threatened." That's all they gonna say. But they do have a legal right to kill an inmate. But the thing is, these inmates they worth more alive than dead. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, they're gonna be working, making license plates for the next 50 years. They're gonna be it's gonna be a whole sweatshop. It's gonna be, and the thing is, shit, they might as well start making iPhones and shit. If you really want to be honest, these the motherfuckers that's gonna be doing them low income jobs, making iPhones, uh, making all these electronic devices, but they only go get paid 50 cents an hour. They gonna be working like slaves in there, but they ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got nothing else to do except pick cotton, pick bell peppers, pick potatoes, and make these damn phones and these damn shoes, Jordans and shit. You know, that's gonna be the modern day sweatshop. That's where a lot of these folks that are in prison go get their skills from, sewing and all that. They're gonna be the ones that's gonna provide the material for America. And if I, if I had that, you know, in my back pocket, I would use that. I would use that to my advantage. I think Trump needs to think about that. I'm just giving people ideas. That would be a good idea because ain't no average American go work in no damn sweatshop. I'm gonna be honest with you. Getting paid $4.50 an hour making damn phones. That's how much they get paid in China. The bare minimum to make them damn phones. They probably get 50 cents a phone, but they making 100, 200 a day. Times that, you know what I'm saying? Times that by 25 cents. Boom. Probably making, $80 or something a day. But I don't know how their economy is. I think they price of living might be cheaper than America. I don't know. So shit, it'll pan out. But like I said, this cheap labor right here. The prison ain't nothing but cheap labor. That is the real definition of slavery, being in prison. So when you see people in chains and you see old slave pictures of people getting whipped and shit, they try to escape, bro. A runaway, he's a runaway slave. Ain't nothing really changed, man. Nothing has changed in the last 400, 500. Matter of fact, we can say the last 2,000. What has changed? Just a little technology. Mindset still fried though. People still stupid. Ain't nothing changed between year zero and year 2025. Ain't nothing changed. Y'all tell me what has changed. I think we done got stupider over the last. I don't even know if that's a word. I think we done got dumber. As the future goes on, I think we get dumber. I don't think we get smart. We get way closer, far away from God as the years go on. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I done sat down and had conversations with all kind of people. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. The numbers ain't looking so good. Every conversation I done had with people, it don't matter what demographic you are, nobody knows what's going on. Only a select few. Only like maybe like one or two people. That's it. The rest have no fucking clue. And I talk to a lot of people just to know if they know certain things and they don't. They don't have it, man. Why do people not know what's going on around them? Why aren't people aware? Because they're not Gnostics. I told you. Only Gnostics know the knowledge of the unknown. But somebody on Facebook wants to call me out. And I told her to come on. She tried to call me. She said I'm going to hell and all that shit because I'm a Gnostic. But Gnostics align with Christian beliefs. So I don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I already done the homework on the Gnostics. The Gnostics know everybody else's religion. The Gnostics are the one who wrote the Bible, Book of Thomas, all that shit. The Gnostics wrote that. And she said I was going to hell because I had a different opinion about her over the papacy. And she mad because she caught red-handed. She's caught red-handed. Gnosticism is allegedly hearsay, but that's not the case. Of course, that's not the case. Of course, they gonna say the Gnostics are hearsay. They say that about every religion that's not their religion. They say that. And she said this is disguised as new age elitism and phony electoral. I can't even pronounce it, man. She tried to be intellectual with her shit, but it don't connect at all. It don't connect at all. Yeah, I hope she could come up here and explain herself. Cause I could definitely connect the dots on why she don't know the thing she spewing out of her mouth. But let's get into the video. And like I said, I'll debate anybody about the Gnostics. I'll debate anybody. She don't even know what hearsay. What is hearsay? What is hearsay? We'll get into that. Let me get into this right quick. So this is one of the dudes that got caught, and we'll break her down here in a second. We'll break her down here in a second for real, because a lot of people say shit they don't know. They don't have no idea.
Hey, everybody move to the right side of the car. Open the door, dude. I'm not opening, you kidding? Yeah. Go with them. Got hands if everybody can hold it. Jumbo, good hands? Shut up. Unlock the door.
I'm pointing that damn. I don't know what kind of gun he got. What is that? Kind of rifle is that? He got that shit pointed right at his head because he can shoot to kill.
With your right hand.
A state pride. He ain't see the dude that's sitting in the car. His life ain't worth more than a ham sandwich right now. Matter of fact, a ham sandwich can survive longer than this dude right here in this situation right here. All right, trust me. You got to understand how the state is basically reviewing these people like they ain't shit. Like they got the license to kill these inmates.
Yeah.
Or what they call 1/3 of a man. When you an inmate, you become 1/3 of a man. You're not a full citizen. You're a felon. You become 1/3 of a man.
No, Jumbo, back up. Crawl to him. All the way out. Crawl. Next is quick. 9-3, slow everybody down.
Going right back to jail too. Going right back to jail. Here they go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. They're going 11-1. So who knows who that was? Where they at? Damn. You can see them running right here. Yeah, man, they out. But all of them didn't make it though. That's crazy work. And they seen his ass walking somewhere. Escape man walking. Let's look at it. He's just walking like ain't nothing. Holy moly, donut shop, man. Holy moly, donut shop. What did I just do? They just walking around town like that never happened. And prison clothes too, and all white. And all white. That's where they messed up at. They should have They should have grabbed them a red t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? They still in flip flops and all that. Damn. Yep, that's them. That's them, all right. Yeah, so let me get back into this. Let me get back into this debate. I think we pretty much combed over everything. Now let's get back, because I kind of wanted to talk about this. Let me pull this up. Let me drag this over here. Remove this. So this is what we was arguing about. Let's segue into this, because I didn't really want to dwell on these inmates too much. We already know, we already know they fake. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna make it too far. But let's go into this. I had made this post about the papacy, and I'm just, I'm a scholar. You know what I'm saying? I like pulling up everything, and I have a series called The Catholic Connection, where we break down the papacy. That's what we do. But it seems like when you talk about stuff that they said, this is what they said. The papacy is claimed to believe that people with dark skin are barred from entering heaven. And that's aligned with the stereotype now. Where you think people got this ideology from? From the damn church. It might look different now, but because it's covered up. But when you peel back that scab, when you peel back that ugly scab, all this shit's here. You don't want to ever forget about stuff like this, because this stuff is still in play secretly. This the secret that they don't want to tell everybody. And when you start telling secrets, people look at you like a damn devil. So that's what's going on this thread right here. And I said the Bible was allegedly employed to domesticate indigenous native tribes, because the native tribes, guess what? Do they own the land? No, but do they have a Bible? Yes. It's called Trading Places. And a lot of hypocrites don't like that. She said, "Tell me who love this shit? These people ain't got no clue." She said, "Tell me you know absolutely nothing about the Holy Roman Catholic Church without telling me you know." Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up and show you how stupid people are. Let's type this in. Let's type this in. All right, it says. Hold on, let me type it in. Because you really gotta look for it. You really gotta look for it, because the shit just ain't gonna pop up in your face. I think people just don't know how to do it. They just don't know how to do research. Uh-huh. Hold on, y'all. Still trying to pull this up because I had it queued up. All right. It says this, but we all know that the papacy They control all the Abrahamic faiths, y'all. But she don't know how to. She don't know how to tie that in with everything else, because nothing is separate. Nothing is ever separate when it comes to the Abrahamic faiths and this city state we call the Roman Vatican. And when you look up the Council of Churches, they control all of the teachings. They control all the paradigm of the church, or what they call the seven churches in Revelations. So it says early teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's the LDS Church. Regarding dark skin as a curse. Okay, it says early LSD leaders, including Joseph Smith. Let's spray this. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up so y'all can see it. Show you that I ain't playing. Birmingham Young and matter of fact, let me copy this. Stay on page. Let me copy this. Put this on here too. All right. Let's read. Let me pull this up as well. Okay, it says early LSD leaders. It's the Church of Latter-day Saints, including Joseph Smith and Birmingham Young, did teach. Let's pull this up so y'all can see it for yourself. So y'all can say that I ain't no damn liar out this bitch. Why would I sit here and lie to the people I'm giving information to? And I did the connect. The connection goes right back to the papacy. It leads right back to the papacy. Now let's. How'd I blow it up like that? Damn. I guess we gotta do it like that. Let's pull this screen out. This is Latter-day Saints teaching, y'all. This is Latter-day Saints teaching. The curse of dark skin. Black and white, bond and free, male and female are all like unto God. You sometimes hear this advertised by the LSD Church whenever they celebrate the birthday of Martin Luther King in January, or when it accommodates the granting of priesthood to those of African descent. This is partially true. It is one side of the race coin which exists in LSD theology. One side of the coin is position that black people and white people are created in the image of God. But we need more fully to examine the other side of the race coin. What the Book of Mormon teaches is the symbolism of dark skin. Some very good insight can also be found in the old book published way back in 1931 called The Way to Perfection. I will discuss the way to perfection near the end of this text, but for now, let's turn to the Mormon scriptures. The first time we hear about the curse of dark or black skin in the Book of Mormon is in second. I don't know. What is that? What is it? Because I don't know the Book of Mormon. Nephi, the son of Levi. That's what it said. 5. 21, verse 20 to 23. It is said that God cursed the Lamanites with black skin, so they would not be enticing unto the Nephites. Even though Alma 17 and 14 describes the Lamanites as being a wild, furious, plundering, robbing, and murdering people. Don't that sound like black people to you? If I said that right now, who would you say that was? Who would you say that was? See, I ain't gonna get no. I'm not gonna get no real people to say who that was, man. I'm not gonna get nobody on here to say what that really means. We all know what it fucking means. Let's stop being stupid. But like I said, the LDS Church ties back to the Roman papacy. Every religion has to report back to the Roman oligarch. So I don't know why we acting fucking stupid. Mm-mm-mm. So God felt the need to change their skin color to make them not enticing to the Nephites, as if their immoral acts were not sufficient enough to deter from the Nephites into wanting to become like them. It is also stated in Second Nephi 5:23 that the Nephites will also be cursed with dark skin if they married with the Lamanites. Ain't that what we hear now? Ain't that what some of y'all white people tell y'all sons and daughters? Do not integrate with those niggers or you will become cursed. You're gonna end up being a, you see what I'm saying? You see where it come from. Racism come from the church, y'all. Let me say this one more time. Racism comes from God, y'all. I'm reading it right. I'm reading you the doctrine right here. So for her to call me a fucking liar is blasphemy. It's blasphemous, y'all. And no, there will not be a black pope. You got black cardinals, but it will not be a black pope. I already asked the question. A lot of people was like, damn, you know, I don't want no black pope. Some people said they was fine with it, but you already know. There ain't gonna be no fucking, but we already know that shit. Let's quit acting stupid. That's all. That's all I want for Christmas is for people to stop acting stupid. But that ain't never gonna change. That ain't never gonna happen. Um, what does it say? Where did I pick up? Yeah. So if they integrated, if the Nephites, I'm pretty sure these is white people, aka the Phoenicians. Yeah, we need to look up the Phoenicians too, because that's a primitive white race that were walking amongst the Greco-Egyptian culture as well. They call the Phoenicians. There's a movie called I think it's called The Phoenician Report. I meant to go in on a whole documentary about the Phoenicians, but those are the original white folks. If you don't know who you are and you're white, you're probably tied to the Phoenicians. All right. You know, that's how I get down with the information. I already did the information for you. So the Lamanites babies that were born to be dark skinned, Lamanites also had the sign of the curse. So this is what the church believed that if you was born with black skin, your ass was cursed. How black skin is not attractive to the white skinned Nephite people is a discussion for another time. It is recorded that the skins of the Ladamites were dark, according to the mark which was set upon their fathers, which was a curse upon them because of their transgression and their rebellion against their brethren. who consisted of Nephi, Jacob, Joseph, and Sam, who were just as holy men, and their brethren sought to destroy them. Therefore they were cursed, and the Lord God set a mark upon them, ye upon Laman and Lemuel, and also the sons of Ishmael's and Ishmaelite women. In the Bible, the Israelites who conquered the land of Canaan and later apostatized were not cursed with dark skin to separate themselves from the sons of Jacob who remained faithful to God's covenant. Even in the LSD teaching of the pyramid of the great apostasy, the white people did not turn black and the black people did not turn white. There is a case in Alma 23:18 where the curse was removed from the Lamanites, and it did not follow them no more, but it does not say if they changed their skin color. You see this shit, man? This shit stupid, but like I said, it's been embedded in the lexicon, and guess what? That's what it manifests to now. You could go online and see people talking about this same shit today. Let's not act stupid. Let's not be hypocritical. I told you where racism comes from. Racism comes from the church. And you want me to join the church? Hell fuck no. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Let's read. Let's continue to read this. This is very interesting, but some people not gonna grasp this concept because they gonna have to, just say, hey, I'm a fucking hypocrite. That's all you gonna have to say. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? People try to be both. People try to tell the truth and then be a hypocrite at the same time. This is out the Book of Mormon, Latter-day Saints. But all this shit all go back to the papacy. Because guess what? The Romans went on crusades and turned people Christian after the Council of Nicaea. They made you a Christian after the Council of Nicaea. That was the strongest political party back then, Christians. And guess what? I believe his name was what was his name? I don't forgot his name already. I done talked about him before. Oh, let me pull this up. Constantine. I almost had to look. Now I didn't look him up. It just came to my head. Constantine. Yeah, the Roman Catholics they went on crusades. You know what I'm saying? And they, like I said before, then they killed Christians, and then after that, they turned into Christians. You see, the trick is called trading places. Because Christianity was a whole political party at one point. But when Constantine seen Christianity get stronger, he just bowed face and said, hey, this is going to be the political party. Just like no different than politicians. They might act like, you know what I'm saying, they Christian just to get the vote. But deep down inside, they really not. You know what I'm saying? Deep down inside, they just following the script of their forefathers because their forefathers wrote the Bible. They just following the script of the 13 families. And they know that shit ain't real. They just got to go along with the fuckery. They just got to go along with the capitalism. And this is all. Anytime you read a scripture, it got everything to do with politics, y'all. God versus God. I told you, we went into a whole documentary about God versus government. This shit real. This shit is real. But people don't believe it because they only subscribe to one thing and one thing only. There's no way you can just subscribe to one thing and think you know everything outside of that. No, you gotta you got to do homework on everything, and a lot of people don't have time to do it. So when they come out on my page and try to be like, "Hey, man, that's not right," yeah, it is. You just didn't do the homework. You just didn't do the fucking homework. But like I said, they weaponize Christ and they weaponize all these religions to keep you docile, especially the indigenous people of America. Because guess what? They got the Bible and their land disappeared, but they got Jesus Christ, but they ain't got no fucking land. All right. It just is what it is. If you feel like I'm lying or come up here and express yourself, I always give y'all the invitation to do it. I always give y'all the invitation to make yourself look like a fool. Yes, I do. And I have never lost a religious debate because I show proof of my claims. Now, the thing is, this has been embedded into the simulation because when they say, "Oh, it's already written," that means shit. You ain't gonna be able to change it. It's gonna be embedded in people's psyche until the day they die, and that's just is what it is. It don't matter what book it's from. It's out there. It's out there for people to grasp onto it. When you subjugate it to your culture and it's already written, guess what you gonna do as a bot or a follower? You go follow that Masonic creed that these people written over fucking thousands of years ago. It still stands to this day. Matter of fact, it's stronger than ever. So I don't understand when y'all talk about black fatigue, they get this shit from the Bible, family. It's a real fucking religion. But no, people think people want you to forget about shit. But do we ever forget about 9/11? Hell no, we don't ever forget about 9/11. But it's always a dumbass that wants to come up and say some shit without knowing anything, without knowing anything about anybody else's upbringing or anything. It's always somebody else, a stranger, that's gonna tell you where you from, and why is it always a stranger telling another motherfucker where they from? You know what I'm saying? That's just weird to me. That's just weird. And the thing is, you gotta put these people in check. You gotta put these people in check. If you don't, they gonna keep on fucking lying and lying and lying. You gotta when you see somebody lying on the internet, you stop it right then and there. Like, hey, buddy, why are you lying? And if they come and say that, you prove them wrong. But like I said, if you a hypocrite, you just go push the erase button. Oh, I don't want to be his friend because he was right and I was wrong. And then you'll never see him again. I done had a few people just vamp out of nowhere because I done hit them with the truth. They don't like a lot of people don't like the truth. And you notice that a lot of people who don't like the truth end up having cancer, a lot of cancer, a lot of health problems. That's all it's gonna help. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna send you to an early grave. Y'all hypocrites out there, I know y'all got health problems and shit. Cancer and all that. It don't matter how much money you got. If you a hypocrite, a liar, you think your cells and your oversoul go like that shit? Hell no, it's gonna eat you up inside, and that's what's happening with a lot of people. Worrying, being a hypocrite causes disease, misery, sorrow. Why you think you see all these beautiful people with cancer? Because they didn't believe in themselves. They believed in somebody else. They didn't believe in themselves. They didn't listen to their own gut. They had to get it from somebody that they thought they knew, but they really did. You know how many people inoculated themselves that walk with Jesus Christ every day? Let's go. Where was we at? Where was we at? So, according to this, you know, Some say they were black. Some say the Israelites were black. Some say the Israelites were white. Some say they was Hebrew and Arab. All that don't matter because you wasn't living in those days anyway. Whoever was black and white and all these cartoon pics, you can't fucking prove that shit. Can't prove it. That's something that you cannot prove because we don't have any physical evidence of what these people really look like. The only physical evidence that we have is cartoon pics, drawings and shit like that. That's all we got. We don't have a real body to examine. And if they and if we do, it's from the Smithsonian. Yeah, that motherfucking museum. That fake ass museum. All right. And we all know the Smithsonian is controlled by them people at BlackRock. All right. Yeah, they control the Smithsonian. They'll dig up your bones and say, this is you, motherfucking monkey man and shit. Yeah, they will dig up your bones and say this is you. And they will say this is your ancestor. And like I said, they say the first is last, right? That's why black people last because they said they was first. I told you that out of African theory go really burn your ass up in the end of the day. And everybody after that is basically more intellectual than this stupid looking motherfucker. A Arthalopithecus. This is what this is, a Arthalopithecus. But like I said, a stranger gonna tell you that's where you came from, monkey man and shit. Don't believe that dumbass shit. There ain't no proof. All right, there ain't no fucking proof. There ain't no such thing as somebody ancestor looking like this, Lucy and shit, and monkey cheddar man and shit. That's bogus, man. We already debunked that anyway. This is why a lot of black folks they say, "Oh man, everybody's from Africa. Blacks were here first." You rewind, you fast forward that bitch 10,000 years later. Guess where black people at? In fucking jail, like Antoine Massey, last in last fucking place. NBA young boy in jail. He was in jail. He free now, but guess what? He was in last place. Now he's back on top since Trump let his ass out. Well, he didn't let him out. He just erased all his federal charges. His federal charges went bye-bye. But them state charges, they still floating around over his head. But it says in Jacob 3:8, one also learns that the skin color of the Lamanites could be whiter than those of the Nephilims when they would appear before God's throne. Oh my God. Oh my God. So these people changing colors in the presence of God. These people just changing colors and shit. You see what I'm saying? So this was the origins of these churches, man. This shit go back to early scripture. But like I said before, a hypocrite is not going to want to talk about this shit. A hypocrite is going to tell you, man, forget about it. It's not like that anymore. But whenever I go on fucking X and Facebook and all that, man, it's still like this shit. It's still like this. You ain't about to sit here and tell me my eyes ain't seeing what the fuck I'm seeing. But you go have a hypocrite coming on your post saying it's hearsay. It ain't hearsay. And it's not new age. How's this? Because she's trying to say this is new age. This the post right here. She tried to say this is new age, and I just showed you some shit from Jacob. 332 AD. And we go on this post, she said, see, Gnosticism is a huge departure from the Holy Roman Catholic beliefs. No wonder No wonder, because Gnostics don't believe in that Holy Roman shit. No, we don't. We don't believe in that shit. But we soak up all the information, but we don't invest in this shit at all. That's what Gnostics don't invest in any religion whatsoever. But the closest thing to Gnosticism is Christianity. We still follow Jesus Christ's footsteps. We don't worship Jesus Christ, but we follow his good deeds. That's the difference between Gnosticism and a true believer in Christ. We don't believe shit. We know. That's the whole point of Gnosticism. You knowing something, knowledge and wisdom. That's what Gnostics mean in Greek terminology. So I don't understand why Gnostics get so much hate when we align our beliefs with following Christ. We just don't worship Christ. We just follow his good footsteps. Because a Gnostic, no, a motherfucker could weaponize Jesus Christ. A stupid person could worship Jesus Christ, and you would never know. You would never know because he's using Christ as a damn shield. But this dude could be a whole fucking murderer or a rapist. But since he say he follow Christ and he believe in Christ, he get a pass to rape, grape, all that. You know what I'm saying? And once he do it, what are you gonna say? Oh man, I would have never thought he was a rapist because he followed who? Jesus Christ. You're not gonna fucking know. And this was been going on in the church with the damn clergyman in the damn Catholic church lifting up their damn moo and they skirt and shit. See, these motherfuckers wear moo-moos and skirt. This is a post Andrew Oliver posted of a black Moses, and guess what I did? I laughed. I laughed because I know this motherfucker ain't black. He a cartoon. He could be black, white, orange, gray. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck because it's not about to change my day because this dude is black or white, and it's not about to change my fucking reality. Now is it? No. This dude, William Morgan, said, I am not Catholic, but I'll defend the Pope on this one. I say this is total BS. They have black cardinals. There's a big difference between a cardinal and a fucking Pope, man. All right? Very big difference. And the people that are in this religion do not fucking know that, man. It's almost to the point where it's to the point where these people are handicapped and cannot think outside of their religion, and that's by design. Why can't these people think outside of their religion and do homework like the rest of us? Because they're not Gnostics. Religious people who are in these sectors don't do the proper research, man, behind their religion, and it's like everyone that I've encountered has had that. Everyone, it ain't just it's everybody. Damn. I told him the same thing. I said, have you done the research on this topic? I did a 2-hour live documentary on this topic and proved my point. The followers of this religion do not know this information. What did he say? You did a 2-hour documentary on this topic? Now I know you're full of shit. No one even cares. I bet you no one cares because nobody cares about the origin points of their religion. That's been tossed out the window. Why you think everybody's dumbed down and Christ said his every follower ain't gonna fucking make it. But everybody think they gonna fucking make it. This is why I don't want to be a part of any traditional type of religion. I'm cool with being a Gnostic and aligning my beliefs with Christian values. That's all. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can get. I can't go no further than that. Or shit, I'm going to hell with the rest of y'all. I can't go no further. I'm good where I'm at with my mind. And like I said, I can add more information to it. Once you sealed off, once you got the seal of Solomon, you're sealed, man. That's the contain. The seal of Solomon means you ain't further in your education. You sealed off. And guess what? You have to wait till Revelations until them seals are revealed. And by the time you reveal what's going on, it'll be too late. You damn near 5 steps in hell. But hell gonna be full, especially this year, especially with this type of blasphemy right here. And when we all know the Roman papacy killed Christians. Yes, the Roman papacy killed. They went on crusades and dipped the feds in the blood of Christians. That's why the feds is red. The feds is the feds. Those are the army or the strong arm of the Vatican. Those are the ones that go on them crusades, them Knights of Templars and shit, them KKK motherfuckers. But it's all embedded in religious text, and there's no way you could erase it because it's already embedded into the lexicon. But yeah, that was the debate, man. The early church. It's right. It's all right here. Look at this. Let's read this. The church and the Negro. Let's read this, man. The attitude of the church with reference to the Negroes remains as it has always stood. It is not a matter of declaration of a policy, but of direct commandment from the Lord, on which is founded on doctrine of the church from the days of its organization, to the effect that Negroes may become members of the church, but they are not entitled to the priesthood at the present time. Do you hear that? So when we float back over here, this is the priesthood right here. But when I read these documents, it's matching up to what I'm saying. So how the fuck am I lying? And I'm just repeating what the fuck they said. A lot of people ain't ready for the truth, man. That's why I said they need to keep that Epstein list on lock. They don't need to release that Epstein list. Because if motherfuckers can't believe something simple like this, that they wrote themselves, I didn't write this shit. Why are you mad at me? I'm just repeating the shit that they said. The fuck you mad at me? This is the difference between a Gnostic and a regular churchgoer. Big difference. Big difference. We actually know shit. The churchgoer believes. Big difference between believing and knowing. If you believe in something, that means you're not sure. So when I ask you, are you a believer of Jesus Christ? And you say yes, boy, you in big trouble. If you a believer in Christ, you going to hell. I need to hear that you a knower in Christ. If you a knower in Christ, I can fuck with you all day. If you a believer in Christ, you're not sure. You don't know who the fuck you are. And you need to do some soul searching before you even get into any type of Christ talk. Real shit. Because all you doing is leading people astray if you don't know Jesus. You cannot believe in something and know it at the same time. So if I ask you, hey man, what color is that TV over there? And you say, man, I believe it's black. I believe that TV screen right there is black. I believe it has 2 legs to it. I'm going to ask you, are you retarded? That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Are you sick in your head? Of course it's black. I know it. I'm looking at it right fucking now. Same effect. Same effect. So, but like I said, people know I'm right, but it takes a lot of balls to say somebody's right nowadays. It's okay. I'll say it for you. You're right, Mr. Trumptastic. I'm just, you're right, Mr. Trumptastic. I'm just a fucking hypocrite. And I've just been led astray. That's what you should tell yourself. This is from Birmingham Young. Why are like I said, he was the one of the original establishers of the Latter Day Saints. This is from out the horse's mouth right here. He said, "Why are so many of the inhabitants on earth cursed with skin of blackness?" God damn. And you wonder where racism come? God taught people racism, man, or their God, because there's different gods. There ain't just one God. There's one God, but I'm gonna be honest with you, he don't give a fuck about nobody. The industrialist. Hey, shouts out to a human being for chiming in. The industrialists wrote the Bible for control. Yeah, it's called Trading Places. And the crazy thing is, man, they did this shit to white people too. So I don't understand what you know what I'm saying. When they went on them crusades, they killed white folks too. So I don't understand. Matter of fact, a lot of what is it called? Celtic people. They didn't worship. They worship a Norse god. See, the Celtics were originally Gnostic. They worship them. They worship a Norse god called Odin. But guess what? They don't worship Odin no more. Why? Because them the Roman Catholics went on them crusades and start chopping heads. So if you wasn't under a certain doctrine, oh well, it was just your ass, and they would put the fear of God in you and make you worship their God. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's real shit, man. Look, it says right here. It says right here. It is almost as if the LDS Church is trying to remove part of its historical teaching. Remember when I said when I first came up here and I was like, damn, man, I can't find it. I had to type it in. I had to look 3 different places to find this shit. But I finally found it because it's embedded in the lexicon. They can't totally erase it. Why you think I do all uh these live streams so I can document this stuff because they go end up scratching this stuff off the internet probably like in the next, you know what I'm saying, 30 years. You won't be able to pull all this stuff up. The people's background origins will look so bad. Motherfuckers ain't gonna join this shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you really deep dive into the historical church, not the real church, I'm talking about the fake church. There was actually a natural church back then, but shit been hijacked a long time ago, man. That shit. See, you used to go to church and be able to gain power and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But now it's all about trending topics and things of that nature. It's not really organic like it used to be. See, back in those days, you could actually be healed through the holy water, through those aqueducts, through the holy water, and how they filter the water with the what is it called, the organs of the church, how they used to play the organs in the church. All that shit was healing frequencies to purify water and all that, man. You used to go to the church, man. You drink a cup of water, man, that cancer is gone. You drink a cup of water, them bumps out your ass is gone. You know what I'm saying? But now you can't get that. Now you got to go to yeah, the other saints, the scientists, the doctors, the people that are in white lab coats, the Zionists, yes, the people that experiment on the body, who give you this false sense of medicine. And we go into all that on a later date, but I'm giving you this is I mean, you know what? Look at this. Look at what this says. The Negro may be baptized and enter the church, and some of these unfortunate people have been baptized and have proved their faithfulness and worthiness before the Lord. It is their second estate. This shit crazy, man. I do not believe that the Negro race is an unfortunate, but I do believe that it's unfortunate that the Latter Day Saints cannot obtain these books more readily from their church. Yeah, because they trying to do away. They trying to, they trying to do damage control. The church is doing damage control, but the thing is, it's already too late, man. And this is the reason why a lot of black folks do not go to church anymore and things of that nature. Because if we talking about building something on a solid foundation, this ain't no solid foundation. This is only for a group of people that are white. This ain't got nothing to do with black folks at all. But they trying to clean those last few passages that I read. They trying to clean this shit up. And he's got pages. Look, page 111. These are, you know what I'm saying? These are a real page, a whole PDF file right here. Nah, sir, you know what I'm saying? I can pull up the whole PDF right here. This is the shit that they try to clean up after. Restructuring of the priesthood and shit like that. Who, you know what I'm saying? They try to clean this shit up, man. The proof is in the pudding. Other reasons why Negroes cannot hold priesthood. Kindly see the chapters 15 and 16, The Way to Perfection, further the light in relation to the reason why the Negro cannot receive the priesthood. The Negro cannot, that's why you won't see a Negro Pope, let's be honest. I said that when they was trying to choose a Pope. Some people try to say I was racist for saying that. They said you're racist because you said there will never be a black. Of course, there'll never be a black dark. There's a black pope, but they ain't talking about dark skin. Here's the whole manifesto right here. But this bitch right, I'm gonna call her a bitch because she thinks this bitch right here think I'm a fucking liar though, and she got everybody on here liking her shit, but nobody liking my shit. She said, she said, your eternity will resemble this. She said, I'm going here because you see what I'm saying? These are the real devils, man. The people in church who saying I'm going to hell for telling the truth. She said, I'm going here. Look, Mar-a-Lago Red. That's my other alias. She said, Mar-a-Lago Red, your eternity will resemble this. Why? Probably because I got dark skin. All right, probably because I got dark skin. She think I'm cursed because I'm a Christian Gnostic. I align with the thing is the reason why I call myself a Christian Gnostic because Jesus Christ is a good example to follow. Duh, but I know people could come in the form of Jesus Christ and be evil. So what's the point of singling myself out? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna single myself out. I'm gonna gather in the mass of Christ and give you the testimony of the Gnostics teaching because they align with everything. If you a Gnostic, you're gonna be able to sync everything up. That's the most beautiful thing about being a Gnostic. You know what the hell you talking about. You ain't out here not sure of what's coming out your mouth. You could basically be established with your teachings. You know what I'm saying? But if you just one sided, you can't tell me the whole spectrum of what's going. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. But that's what happens when you just lopsided. You're not gonna get everything. You're not gonna align with the true self. And Gnosticism is all about finding yourself before you find anybody else. But like I said, they want everybody to be all alike so they can keep up with the beasts in the field. They can't keep up with individuals. They can keep up with collectives. that's just easier to control people. Now, if everybody was an individual, man, they whole damn pyramid would sink. But that has a lot to do with the prison pipeline industry. You know, uh, they want everybody to be just the same, y'all, through indoctrination. This stuff easy, man. Hey, shouts out to a human being, man. This shit easy. I'm telling you, this shit easy to break down. But if you indulge in any other of these cults, man, your ass is fried. Your ass is fried, man. Your ass is fried. Even look, even I'm a Trump supporter, man, and I know not to be cult like. You know what I'm saying? I know how to think outside the damn Trump movement, man. Only a Mr. Trump Tastic can do that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a few others. Ain't too many people out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be unique. The root word of unique is you. Why the hell would you want to be like anybody else? Yes, you could be Christ like. That's fine. But be an individual at the same time. People try to be like Christ. That's why they say you can only be Christ like. You can't be like the most high. And then when you say, "Oh man, I'm trying to be like the most high," a motherfucker shoot you down that way. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta be an individual. You just gotta be Christ like. That's the best advice I could give somebody. And now the thing is, if a motherfucker is too fucked up, I know how to read people. If a motherfucker is too fucked up in the head, guess what I'm gonna tell them? I'm gonna tell them you need to worship Christ, because ain't no way you gonna get a grasp of this Gnostic shit and you ain't go through Christ yet. You gotta go through Christ to get to the Father, or what they call the journey. Now the thing is, a lot of people have grew up in the church. We already went through Christ. We already seen what the fuck they was talking about. Some of it checked in, some of it didn't check out. So we kept all the knowledge with us that checked in, and we threw all the knowledge. Well, we didn't throw it out the window. I mean, but we kept an eye on the shit we threw out too. All right. That shit still brewing in the backyard, stinking. But every time we look at it, we be like, we ain't going back down that route. But guess what? We'll go down this route because it leads to an example of survival. Surviving the matrix, you will have to be Christ like. You will have to. But if I feel like a person is too fucked up, you go tell look, even if you look, I'm gonna be honest with you, even if you don't believe in Christ and you talk to a motherfucker that's on the verge of deleting themselves, you go tell them you need Christ, man. Because like I said, that's the only person. Christ is the only person that can save fucked up people, like real fucked up people. Now the thing is, some people already came with the battery pack included. We just have to be reminded of certain things. And I could get deeper into that man versus mankind shit, but once a once a once a human being has shown his true colors and fell completely off the grid, you gonna know that person gonna need some type of savior. They're not gonna be able to save themselves. That's when you give them Christ. Because the thing is, I've done that before too. I've seen real fucked up people on the streets, and I'm like, damn, I can't tell them nothing about this stuff because it might just be too much for them right now. They just gonna have to go through the steps. They gonna have to go through Christ, man, to get to the other side, man. I mean, everybody that has been in the church has done it, man. That's just like the stepping stone, or what do they call the basic instructions before leaving Earth? But it's busted down in many layers, uh, depending on your threshold of information. So if you're just stupid, you go get a stupid way of viewing the scripture, and that's where you go stay at. But if you've elevated your mind and your brain power and you have developed wisdom throughout the years, it's gonna look different versus the dude that just began reading scriptures and really, man, we already done all that. As we get older, we put it in the proper perspective, so we're not worrying all the time. Go look at Go look what Christ said about worrying. Worrying is a sin. Worrying ain't go nothing. Worrying will get you an early grave, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and shit like that. That's why I said worrying and lying and stuff like that, it's gonna make you sick. You could be a healthy person. You could have all the muscles in the world. You could have the big boobies, big ass, but if you are a sick individual in the head, it's not you go perish. You go perish. Just like I say, I've seen fat people, out of shape people, but they got good hearts and good minds, and they end up outlasting the nigga at the gym that's lifting 500 pounds every week. Yes, it all starts in the mind, y'all. I done seen out of shape people live longer than people who been in the gym 5 days a week because that fat sloppy person that's sitting on his couch, he working on his heart, man. And guess what? Them hamburgers ain't even affecting him. He eating 50 hamburgers. He's still going strong because he got a strong mind. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying necessarily saying that's true or anything. I gotta be funny too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be a little funny. I can't just be the same like y'all want everybody else to be. But shouts out to a human being for coming on, chiming in. But me, me and a human being, man, we already know what's going on, how we being tricked with it with indoctrination and secular religion. We already know what the hell is going on, and it just is what it is. But if you don't know what's going on, you gonna be mad at people like me, and probably the human being for telling you what's going on. And like I said, I don't come out here and disrespect other people's religions because, like I said, I indulge in other people's religions. Even with the Catholic religion, we could sit down here. I don't went into whole Catholic breakdowns without even demonizing the church. You know what I'm saying? I done went into whole Catholic breakdowns without even talking shit about the church, y'all. But I don't have to talk shit about somebody's religion to explain the special side behind it because it all ties into something greater. I, but like I said, I can show you two different sides. I can show you the good side of your religion and the bad side of it. But the good side all comes from Gnosticism. It don't come from hearsay. But they, like I said, the evil oligarchs always go say the good stuff is hearsay. You know, they always gonna say the enemy always gonna say that the truth is hearsay. The reason why they call it hearsay is because that was the gossip back there. Hearsay was the gossiping, gossip with females gossip about certain men. It's just the word. That's just that. That was basically the gossip. The gospel was the newspaper back there. The Bible is like a newspaper. That's the daily, or what they call that daily bread. Don't let me get started. Don't let me get to preaching this. I didn't even plan on being on here for 2 hours. I could go 4 or 5 hours. I just I just don't do it anymore. Because guess what? The reason why I don't do 4 or 5 hour lives anymore because why bother when I could do 5 different episodes and chop them up and 5 different do an hour each episode. Why waste one big ass, you know what I'm saying? Spectacle and do 5 hours and only the human being is commenting. You know what I'm saying? I could do it like that, just me and him. I could do it just me and him for 5 hours if I really wanted to. But it's a Monday. I got stuff to do in the morning. All right, I gotta be an adult. I got stuff to do. But I would honestly, I would be if I didn't have stuff to do every day. I'd be talking about all this and biblical cosmo. I do biblical cosmology. Only a Gnostic could tap into biblical cosmology, and this the good stuff about being a Gnostic. And you don't have to give up your belief. I tell somebody, I don't tell nobody that, hey man, stop worshiping this God. I don't tell nobody. You do what the fuck you want to do. But one thing for sure, you ain't about to tell me anything different because I know what they know plus more. So I don't understand this separation and being isolated and being put in echo chambers just because you got a belief system. You don't want to talk to nobody. That's weird to me. That is weird to me. And that shows other people they don't want to join your shit because it's all based off nepotism. And don't get me wrong, some nepotism is good and some of it's just bad. That's like hiring your best friend or your brother to a job, but he don't know how to do shit versus the guy over there that's qualified. He didn't get the job. But you don't hire your motherfucking your dad or your brother that he don't know how to do shit. He don't know how to fix no damn toilet. You just hired him because that was your people's. But you skipped out on the best plumber, in the chitlin circuit. You skipped out the best plumber that's going around the chitlin circuit just to hire your dumbass brother that don't know how to flush a toilet. And that's society in a nutshell. That's how sick individuals get past talented individuals, and that's what we dealing with. The algorithm. That's what we battling with. This artificial algorithm. And this is why we have to point out the hypocritical stuff. Because if you're a real person, if you're a real human being, shouts out to a real human being. You have matter of fact, you should change. You should put a real human being right there, family. You know what I'm saying? You should put a real human because there's fake ones out there too. There's fake ones out there too. You know what? It's man versus mankind. That's the battle of Armageddon right there in a nutshell. You got people that actually look like real humans out there that are not authentic. And guess what? Guess what they found out? Guess what the artificial human beings found out? They found out they found out. Let me tell you a secret. The artificial human beings found out they can't go to heaven. That's the secret. We were supposed to keep this stuff on. We were supposed to keep this stuff secret or sacred. We was not supposed to let the cat out the bag. And this is one of my theories. It makes perfect sense. The non-humans, see, we had to give the non-humans somebody to worship and somebody to follow because they don't have discernment. Non-humans don't have discernment. So we had to give them the story of Christ because that's how they were created through a fucking test tube or what they call an immaculate conception, y'all. There was more stories in the Bible about God impregnating women without a penis. It wasn't just Mary. I think it was Rachel and somebody else. Uh, so I have to look that up. But yeah, so when you let the cat out the bag and let the non-humans know that they can't ascend like Christ, they get real upset. They get real offended. And guess what? Those are the very same people that's in very high places that are not of flesh and blood, like the Bible say. You know what? I believe. I know the Bible. I got me saying belief. I don't believe nothing. I know. So the Bible tells you everything that you need to know. That's what's going on and who you battling with in this earthly realm. The Bible said we are not battling with flesh and blood. Who are these people that don't have flesh and blood? It's the artificial human beings. They don't have flesh and blood. It's not real. They not real. They living a lie. But it said we battling principalities in high places. And I'm gonna let y'all figure that out until we continue tomorrow. I'll pick up right where I left off because shit, I've been saying the same thing for years, y'all. And I'm gonna repeat it just how the enemy repeat the lie. You gotta repeat the truth every day. You really do. You can't take no breaks. Why do you think even though my channel been getting cut for the last this like my third channel. This like my third YouTube channel. Y'all do know that, right? It's like my third or fourth YouTube channel. And every time I start getting on a good roll, they chop my shit down. So this is the longest I ever been online. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I've pretty much mastered on how to talk around the algorithm so I can get my rocks off. You know what I'm saying? So it is. It takes time to learn how to maneuver through the matrix. You not gonna get it overnight. Cause some people be asking me, "Oh man, where's all your followers at?" Okay, you start. You try to do this shit from scratch. Learn everything from scratch, artwork and all that. You try to learn this shit over a fucking night. It took me years to learn how to do artwork and find out my niche and shit. Like man, it take you years to find that. You ain't gonna have it. But like I said, in a fake world, they want you to do overnight success, man. Man, take your time and cook it up. Cook for yourself, man. Take your time, cook for yourself. Take time on learning how to master your true creativity, and you will be okay. Explore your. The thing is, people need to explore their God-given talents. You're not gonna be able to do that when you want to be like everybody else. You can't tap into your own talents and your own power if you want to be like everybody else, man. Everybody's unique for a reason. God gave everybody a, a set of talents to tap into, and that's what's going to take you to the next level. But if you don't exploit that and capitalize off of that, it's just going to go to waste, man. Just like when God say, good faith without works is dead. I hope y'all like the bill tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like this bill. Make sure you share and like the video, man. I keep it real with my people. I don't come on here and sugarcoat anything, but shit, like I said, some people think I'm going to hell. According to this bitch. According to this bitch right here, she said I'm going to hell for saying the stuff I done said tonight. And did I say anything wrong? No. But the internet is fake, especially especially in some of these comments. That's where the artificial conversations take place. This is why I got to do live feeds. I can't keep on. There's no way I can. There's no way that I could just be on the internet and just post. I need to explain what the hell I'm talking about because you're not gonna get a full understanding just because you posted something. You're not gonna get a full understanding of it. You're not. It just is what it is. I advise some of y'all people to do lives for therapy. I do this for therapy because I go through stuff too. I go through stuff, but if I cannot articulate my testimony, I'm dead, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna feel dead inside. I love interacting with other people. Shouts out to human being and shouts out to this bot that's on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to this bot on Twitch. So, I just enjoy myself on here and I enjoy doing research about real topics. I can talk about anything, you know what I'm saying? And go sub up to my channel. See, We 10K on here, but shit. My algorithms is messed up on my channel. You know what I'm saying? My algorithm. Yeah, we got the jackets coming. We got the jackets coming. We got the female. We got a lot of stuff coming that needs to be sent out too. Man, I got so much stuff, bro. But yeah, this the dude right here. This is your inmate Antoine Massey. But yeah, that's the page right here. Candace Owens crashing out. We did that a few months ago. We got all the United States Space Force releases, real picture of flat Earth. We got all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We do all kind of stuff. This video right here, this video is doing all right on YouTube. I ain't even gonna lie. This video been doing some numbers. But other than that, shit. Oh, yeah, let's pull this up. I remember this inauguration day for Biden. All the troops had their damn back turned. All the troops had their back turned. Not real. Biden was never a real president, y'all. So yeah, man, we just covering some things. Yeah, we just covering some things. What is this? Multiple people sick after cannabis found in harbor of gummy bears. Y'all better y'all better watch out for that. Drug contamination in candy is not uncommon and can be very dangerous, especially as children are likely to consume it. And yes, people have left crack rocks out on tables, and kids think they candy, and they end up dying because they thought a crack rock was some pop rocks and shit. But I think there's some good stuff. The book, what the hell? And from the book of Abraham and the pearl of great price, we're gonna have to go into this shit. Let me save this. Let me save this. Yeah, I wanna matter of fact, tomorrow we gonna do a whole documentary on this. Let me save this. And we gonna go through this and comb through all of this stuff. And I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name it something crazy. Trust me. I'm gonna name this next episode something crazy and stupid. So, all right, I'm out of here. I gave y'all 2 hours, and I only planned on being on here for 1 hour. I really did. I was supposed to be in bed an hour ago, but I gave y'all 2 hours. Uh, if y'all can support the show, then go to Cash Out. But I give the information out for free anyway, because this is my therapy. If I didn't have this, boy, if I couldn't talk to people online every night, I tell you what, I already lost my phone. So you already know I was gonna go in like crazy tonight. Cause shit, I lost a device. And you know what? Sometimes that's maybe we need to put down one or two devices and just go back. Cause I'm gonna be honest, ever since I lost my phone, I'm ordering a new one. Should be on the way here next week or two or something like that. I don't know. But the thing is, I've been in more tune with my human side since I lost my phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been opening up more doors to my creativity since I don't have my phone. And I'm not able to look at it every 5 seconds. It's like I'm tapping into other stuff. I'm starting to do music again. I wrote a song again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't wrote nothing. Matter of fact, all my songs, all my lyrics was on my phone. The stuff I was gonna drop, so I'm gonna have to do all that shit over again, which is nothing because that's easy. Because I done did it so many times. So we probably got new stuff coming here pretty soon. But yeah, I'm about to get off here. About to wrap it up. Love y'all. Love you, human being, for tuning in. I love you, man. But yeah, I'll be on here tomorrow night around 9ish, 8. I'm gonna try to get on here early. I'm gonna really try to get on here early. But I'm out, y'all. Love y'all. Make sure y'all support the show and share and like the video. I'm out.
Mr. Trump.